Hi, I'm Pruthvi Chowdhury, and I'm doing the Peaceful Warrior immersion for a 2019 immersion. I'm a sophomore at the Miami Valley School, and I'm doing a reflection about the first week of Peaceful Warrior. So one thing I thought was really interesting and eye-opening for me was meditation. I previously hadn't had much experience with any type of meditation until now. So a few things I thought were really interesting was how hard it is to sit completely still in one spot for a certain amount of time. Even at the beginning, we only did a 5-minute sit, and I found it really hard to not move my toe or move my finger or anything like that. And throughout the week, I felt it. I felt that it was easier to sit for longer periods of time. We did 10-minute and 15-minute sits, and I felt fine with that. So I'm looking forward to doing it in the future. And also after meditation, I felt just really connected with everything around me, and I felt really aware of everyone in the room, everything in the room, and my feelings. And Mr. McGlon led it really well. He's talking to us throughout the yoga, kind of guiding us, but to be honest, I really wasn't paying attention to him. I think I was really focused and wrapped up in what I was in focusing on meditating and not moving. And another thing that I thought was really great through in week one of the Peaceful Warrior immersion was the yoga that we did. I'd done yoga with Mr. McGlon before in freshman immersion, so I had some experience, but the yoga that we did was a little different. And I found that before I thought that yoga was kind of it was sort of hard, but not really that hard. But throughout the first week, I've been feeling sore from the yoga that we did. I think the really interesting thing about the yoga was that when we explored our physical body, but we also dove we kind of explored the mental side of it. So after we finished the yoga, after we finished the physical part of it, with all the stretching and balance, we sat down, we laid down for a little bit, and we kind of just thought about things, how our life was, and how we wish to change or anything that we were thinking about. Another thing that I thought was really interesting about Peaceful Warrior immersion was the movie The Peaceful Warrior that we watched. I personally, at first, I thought I couldn't relate to Dan much because I think that I have a problem with not being confident in myself in certain situations, but I could relate to Dan in ways that I play sports, and in sports you need to be completely in the moment and just be completely focused on what you're doing. So I found that helped me a little bit. Another thing I found interesting about the movie was that it was kind of in our time period, so I could relate to it a lot more than I would have if it was a movie about it, something that happened in history or something like that. Another thing that I thought was fun was going to the dojo. This was probably one of my favorite things that we did throughout the week. We studied the earth, and the earth element, and that was about solidarity, holding your ground, being confident. And one activity that we did in the dojo that really helped me mentally was standing up in front of my peers and saying that I'm confident in who I am, and one thing that we did that I liked was that we got to hit stuff. I guess we got to practice a few like combat moves in combat and such. And probably the most fun thing we did in the whole week was archery. I hadn't had any experience with archery before, so I thought it was really interesting to just go out there and get to know how to do it. And throughout the few times that we did it, I found that I got a lot better, that I started to hit a lot more shots on the target. And I think opening the best bit of advice that someone gave me was opening up my shoulders more to shoot. And yep, that's my reflection for week 1 of Peaceful Warrior, and I can't wait till next week.